This Grade 2 listed building started life as a pin factory in the 18th century, employing most of the local residents who would consult the clock tower to know when it was time to begin work. Pin making in the Victorian era was a long and arduous task, mostly done by hand, until cholera epidemics wiped out most of the workforce, forcing factory owners to use new steam-powered machines. Now a much quieter building, it's hard to imagine the hundreds of people, the noise and the fumes that would have filled those walls 200 years ago. But more recently, Warmley Clock Tower functions as a community space and has become a favourite location for paranormal investigators like Colin and Kareen, who've agreed to meet me here at the clock tower with some of their ghost hunting equipment to explain some of the strange goings-on they've witnessed here. On each paranormal investigation, Colin and Kareen take with them a small armoury of tools and equipment to help them record anything out of the ordinary.
We all have had personal experiences. We've all seen what you would call ghosts, spirits, that sort of thing. But is it that what we're seeing? We don't really know. I've had so many experiences, I should be a total believer, but I'm not. I question more. But that's what drives you, to find an answer. And, you know, whereas before the slightest little bump would be enough, now you want all singing or dancing to prove it.
You want to feel it, see it, touch
yes.
it. That's, you want that experience right up in front of you, that you walk away with white hair.
And with that insight into paranormal investigation, I wanted to put Colin and Kareen's equipment to the test to see what we could pick up in the clock tower. We put down a selection of the ghost hunting tools in part of the clock tower where the investigators had activity in before, and it wasn't long until strange things started happening. So, we directed our attention to whatever was in the room with us.
The equipment's going up.
There is some beeping going on there.
Yeah,
it's the MF one going
What does that mean?
Basically, there's EMF around. Now, if it was carrying on, we would ask questions to see if it's intelligent.
Why don't you ask? Because
it's beeping a lot.
It's beeping a lot.
It's really beeping a lot. What do I say?
Call out as if you were talking to somebody.
Hello. Hi. We don't want to hurt you. If there's someone here,
ask them to make the lights really blue.
Make the lights really blue.
Do it even brighter for him. Go on.
Could this be our first sign of paranormal activity? Is this the beginning of more ghostly goings-on? Find out in a bit as our investigation of the Warmley Clock Tower continues.
Oh my God.
I'm taking part in my first ever paranormal investigation with the help of Colin and Kareen, a ghost hunting duo who have experienced many unexplained phenomena across the country. We had just begun our investigation in the part of the clock tower that was more recently a flat.
We know there was a gentleman that lived here. Supposedly, the gentleman died. We don't know if it's completely factual. It's supposedly either fire or we've been told a hanging, we're not too sure. But this part of the clock tower seems to be very active.
It wasn't long after mentioning the death of a former resident of this flat that strange things started to happen.
Are we in your flat? Did you live here? Did you see? You did live here, did you? Gentleman. Did you die in this flat? Did you pass over? If so, can you tap that table again? just here. Did you hear that tapping out there, all the noise up on the top?
I feel so weird
You
right
the
now.
EVP recorders out
Yeah,
there. Let's go
we'll
in
check that.
a bit more. Was that you doing that? If that was you, can you make the bottom's just gone off again? Can you make the tapping noise for us again?
Do you know what? Like all my faces just started streaming. My eyes are like my nose, my eyes. That's probably shock, God, isn't it?
Ask him to touch one of you. See if you can get touched.
If you're here, I give you permission to touch me.
Touch, but do not harm.
I give you permission to touch me, but do not harm me. You're touching the table, but I want you to touch me. No, I don't know.
What
It was more like a tingle.
Did
Yeah?
it feel like a spider web? Did it feel anything like that?
No, it felt more like I want to say a little pinch, but like the smallest pinch ever.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? You can't prove it, but it's
Well,
interesting.
you've got them.
Something
it's
likes you by the looks of it. Would you like us to go upstairs? Would you like us to sit upstairs in the dark? Make it go really bright if you'd like us to do that. Would you like us to sit upstairs in the dark? Make it go really bright if you'd like us to do that.
I think you've been.
Oh my God.
I
We decided to go further into the old apartment to see what more we could find. But whatever ghouls had been with us before were not with us now. I mean, it was pretty late. They'd probably gone to bed. So it was time for us to call it a night too. Well, that was the Warmley clock tower. I've got to be honest, when I arrived here, I didn't really expect to even experience anything, not the slightest. I just wanted to hear from some people who'd actually investigated here, and it turned into our own investigation. But I've got to say, now I'm starting to think that there's possibilities that things could go bump in the night. Happy Halloween.